All right, so today we're diving into something pretty crucial, cybersecurity, but we're looking at it through a specific lens today,
Okay.
and that is its impact on the manufacturing industry.
Right.
We're going to be exploring this fascinating ebook called The Definite Blueprint for Cybersecurity in Manufacturing by Rhino Cybersecurity.
Interesting.
And, this isn't just about, like, protecting data, in some abstract sense.
Yeah.
Um, think about a factory coming to a standstill
Oh, wow.
because some hacker somewhere decided to launch a cyber attack.
Right.
I mean, that's the kind of disruption we're talking about here.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. We saw this with the NotPetya attack back in 2017, I think it
Like,
was.
yeah,
Crippled major companies like Maersk,
huge companies.
FedEx, and it really showed just how vulnerable these global supply chains are.
Right.
Now, picture that same scenario, but happening to the factories that make your car parts or your medical devices.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, the impact could be huge.
Okay, so the stakes are high.
Very high.
This ebook is being touted as like a guide for manufacturers to navigate this increasingly, digital world that we live in.
For sure.
And Rhino Cybersecurity, they seem pretty serious about this.
Okay.
Their message is basically, don't leave your manufacturing company vulnerable. So where do we even begin with this?
Well, the blueprint really emphasizes, first and foremost, identifying and assessing risks.
Okay.
Think about it in a manufacturing setup. You've got everything from like internet-connected machinery, robots,
Yeah.
supply chain access points, even employee devices.
What?
All of these things are potential entry points for a cyber attack.
It's a bit like a physical factory, right?
Exactly.
You wouldn't just leave the doors wide open overnight. You'd have security measures in place.
Yeah, okay.
But here it's about securing the digital infrastructure, not just the physical one.
Absolutely. And that's where a robust cybersecurity strategy comes in.
Okay.
And it's not just an IT thing.
Right.
This is a company-wide effort. It involves everyone from the CEO to the employees on the factory floor.
Wow.
Think training programs that teach employees how to spot phishing emails,
Right.
strict access controls for sensitive data,
Mm-hmm.
even simulating cyber attacks to test your defenses.
Oh, wow.
You need layers of protection.
So we're not just talking about IT anymore.
No.
This sounds like a cultural shift for a lot of companies.
Absolutely. It's creating a culture of security.
Okay.
Everyone needs to be aware of the risks and their role in mitigating those risks.
You mentioned incident response earlier.
Yes.
What happens when a company realizes they've been hit with an attack?
Yeah.
So what are some common mistakes that companies make when that happens?
One of the biggest mistakes is trying to sweep it under the rug.
Really?
Transparency is key in these situations.
Okay.
Another mistake is not having a clear plan for communication,
Right.
both internally and externally.
Totally and externally.
You need to know who to contact, what information to share, and how to keep your stakeholders informed.
Mm.
And of course, having a solid backup and recovery plan is absolutely essential.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So prevention is key, but you also need to be ready to react effectively if something does happen.
Precisely. You need to think like the attackers,
No.
anticipate their moves and have plans in place to counter them.
So this is an ongoing...
It's an ongoing process.
It's an ongoing process, constantly evolving.
Evolving.
So it's not a set it and forget it situation?
No.
Much like you would never install an alarm system and never check it again.
That's a great way to put it.
Right.
Yeah, regular vulnerability assessments, security updates, employee training.
Right.
All crucial.
Okay, so we've covered understanding the risks,
Yes.
creating a robust cybersecurity strategy,
Mm-hmm.
and being prepared for incidents if or when they happen.
Right.
But what about the actual protection of the factory floor?
Yeah.
Like, we're talking about tangible things now.
Yes.
Firewalls, intrusion detection systems, access controls.
It's a lot to take in.
It is, and it's critical, you know?
Yeah.
These systems are protecting vital machinery production lines and intellectual property.
Right.
A well-designed security system can detect and block unauthorized access, prevent malware from spreading, and alert security teams to suspicious activity.
It really is like building a digital fortress around the factory.
That's right.
But fortresses have been breached throughout history.
True.
What are some things that worry you? Things that keep you up at night when it comes to cybersecurity?
Honestly, it's the human element.
Oh.
You know, you can have the strongest tech in the world,
Right.
But a single click on a malicious link by an employee
Oh,
can
gosh.
bring everything crashing down.
Wow.
That's why education and awareness are so vital.
That's a sobering thought.
It
It
is.
really emphasizes that this is a shared responsibility,
Absolutely, and that's the key takeaway here.
right?
Cybersecurity in manufacturing is an ongoing journey, not a destination.
Well said.
Thank you. It's clear that cybersecurity is no longer optional for manufacturers.
Right.
It's a critical part of doing business in this digital age.
It really is.
And resources like this blueprint that we talked about from Rhino Cybersecurity can definitely help companies take those crucial first steps towards protecting themselves.
Absolutely.
But before we wrap up, I have a question for you
Okay.
and for our listener to ponder.
Right.
What innovations could we see in the future
Yeah.
that could make factories even more resilient to these kinds of attacks?
Mm-hmm.
Could AI play a bigger role?
Possibly.
Or perhaps blockchain technology for securing those complex supply chains?
Yeah.
I mean, the possibilities are really intriguing.
They are. It's an exciting time to be working in cybersecurity.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It was my pleasure.
We hope you found it insightful,
Yes.
and we encourage you to explore those questions that we've just raised.
Absolutely.
Until next time.
See you later.
Bye.